I'm Roy from Roy's Garage. Today I'm going to be working on a 1999 Toyota Corolla. I'm doing a brake inspection. I noticed that this drum and back on the backing plate is all wet. It looks like brake fluid. So I'm going to be removing the drum. So I noticed this wheel cylinder, the shoes, the springs is all wet with brake fluid. So let's open up the wheel cylinder cover. Oh, there's a lot of brake fluid leaking. So that's where the leak is coming from. So I'm going to be replacing the wheel cylinders, the shoes, the hardware comes with all the new springs, and we're going to replace the drum. These are the tools I'm going to be using today to do this job. A hood prop, ball peen hammer, a brake spring plier, water pump plier, side cutter, a tool to remove and install the hold down spring on my brake shoe, 2 different type flat tip screwdrivers, 10mm swivel socket, 10mm tubing wrench, 8mm wrench, air gun, anti-seize, ceramic grease, brake clean, a bottle of water with a hole in it, and my brake flusher. These are the parts I'm going to be using today to do this job. Rear brake shoes, wheel cylinder, hardware kit, and drum. Okay, before I take apart the brakes, all of this is all soaking wet with brake fluid, so I'm going to be shooting some water to neutralize the brake fluid. That way when I work on it, it's a lot cleaner and easier to work with. Okay, just dry it off with some compressed air. Okay, the reason why we're changing the shoes is all saturated with brake fluid. So once the shoes are saturated, automatically just change them. Okay, so I'm going to be removing this spring with my brake spring plier. Remove it. Don't worry about damaging the shoe because I'm going to be replacing it. Removing my hold down. With my side cutters, I'm going to be pulling up the spring to remove the cable from the arm. So this is the new wheel cylinder. At the end, this is where the brake shoe goes. What you can do is just turn it straight up and down. So when you put the new brake shoes, it goes right in the slot. Okay, removing the wheel cylinder. So in the back there's a brake tubing. You're gonna have to remove that using a 10mm brake tubing wrench. And there's 2 bolts that secure the wheel cylinder to the backing plate. We gotta remove that. Okay, so before I put my wheel cylinder on, I'm going to be removing the bleeder screw. That way it's a lot easier to connect the brake tubing to the wheel cylinder and bolt them up. Putting back my bleeder screw. Bolting up my wheel cylinder. So tighten up my screws. Tighten up my brake tubing. Tightening up my leader screw. Cleaning all the excess brake fluid. So I'm going to be transferring this lever to the new brake shoe. There's a clip over here. I'm going to have to spread it open and take it off. So I'm going to have to split it open. Somehow open it up. Transferring the lever to the new shoe. Putting on my washer and a new clip. Now we're going to bend the clip. Taking apart my star adjuster. I'm going to be greasing it and replacing the spring. Putting some grease on my adjuster. Putting some grease right in here. So I'm going to be connecting my lever to the cable. With my side cutters, I'm going to be pulling up the spring. Hook this guy on. Okay. Putting this guy on first. Putting on my spring. Greasing my backing plate. Putting on my shoe. Make sure the bottom fits right into the slot under here. Okay, so now I'm going to be putting on the hold down. Putting on the front shoe, putting on my spring. Putting on my hold down. Putting on the star adjuster. Hooking my spring. So we don't want to damage the new shoe. So you can use a towel or a rag or whatever you want to use. So you got to put this guy together. Hooking my spring on. Push the lever inwards. So now we're going to be adjusting the brake shoes. Cleaning my drum with some brake clean, removing all the oil. Now we're going to be fitting the drum. we got to open it some more. Too much. That's too much. So we're going to back it off, push the lever in and adjust it so it gets a little smaller. Make it a little tighter. Okay, that feels good. Greasing up my hub. Now we're going to flush out the brake system. Removing the cap. Connecting my adapter. Connecting my flusher. Setting my machine to 12 pounds. Opening up my valve. Now we're going to be bleeding the brakes. So what's happening is we're pressurizing the brake system with this machine. So I'm going to be going to each wheel, opening it up. And when you see the brake fluid come out clean, you lock them up and you're good to go. Opening up my bleeder screw. And just let it come out until it's nice and clean. Okay, the fluid looks nice and clean. Now we're going to be locking up the bleeder screw. Turning off my valve. Disconnecting my flusher. Removing my adapter. Putting on my cover. So now I'm going to be shooting some water all over here wherever the brake fluid went on, because brake fluid is water soluble. So with my air gun, I'm going to be drying it up. Okay, start up the vehicle. Step the brake no more than halfway until you feel pressure. Oh, this guy feels really good. So now we're going to pressurize the brake system with my hood prop. One side against the brake pedal, the other side against the seat. So pressurize the system about 15-20 seconds. Now we're checking for leaks. Everything looks dry. You're good to go. So that's how you do a complete rear brake job. If you have any questions, comment below. Make sure to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next video. Aloha.